And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I've already reviewed Star Trek Attack Wing, and you can go take a look at that. In this review, we're going to take a look at some spaceships that you can buy. You can buy individual spaceships in different packs so that you can buy, 3 more Federation ships if you want to add them to the game. So today we're going to talk about the Federation ships. There's 2 of them that are available right now, and 2 of the Cardassian ships. Here we go. Here we can see the different ships that come in the packaging. That packaging, which is not just kid-proof but adult-proof, shows the affiliation of each of the ships on the outside, and on the back tells you a little bit of the story. But we're not here to see the outside. Let's take a look at the inside. Alright, so let's take a look at these 4 ships. We have 2 here from the Federation and 2 from the Cardassians. Now, I am a Star Trek enjoyer, so I don't know as much about the Dominion exactly, other than I've seen that the Federation was fighting them in Deep Space Nine. But I mean, who does not recognize this iconic ship? And I can see that this will probably be the best seller of WizKids. I mean, I prefer the Enterprise that comes in the starting game myself, but people are going to get this ship not just because of how iconic it is, but because they want to have Spock, and they want to have McCoy and Captain Kirk, who's probably the best captain in the game. And it's not nearly as good as the other one, but Captain Kirk has a really fun special ability, basically that he can take upgrades that he puts face down on him, so no one ever really knows just how good Captain Kirk is. So we look at these. I'm more interested, honestly, in the Reliant. Okay, the Reliant is a cool spaceship. It's one that I've always enjoyed seeing, and I like to take. Chekhov comes with the Reliant, but more importantly than Chekhov is the fact that the Reliant, you get Khan! Now, Khan is probably the 3rd best captain in the game after Picard and Kirk. At the same time, he can use any upgrades without paying a faction penalty. So you can take upgrades from all sorts of different people and stick them on your ship. So that gives him a cool thing. Also, it's just fun to run around with Khan, and it's fun to give him, the Reliant. Let him run around with that. And so that is a cool addition. The Cardassian ships are pretty interesting. I think they look really cool. They fly around. They have some neat maneuverability, although when it comes to sheer power, they're probably a little bit less than the Federation. They have some cool cards with the different pilots, and they have, that looks like Princess Leia from Star Wars with her helmet on there. But one of the things that I really like about these guys, besides, is their energy dissipator. This is a really powerful weapon. This is a weapon where you basically can disable someone else's shields, shut them down. You have to get within range, but if you do so, and this hits, you can then follow up with another weapon hit. You put this token on the ship, and you can literally just rip the snot out of somebody if you get close enough to be able to attack them with that. So that's a neat addition. I should also mention, as I'm going to mention in the other reviews, that these packs will come with different missions for each one. For example, the Enterprise comes with the Kobashu Maru, one of the most famous scenarios in the history of Star Trek, and it will show you on each of these scenarios how to set it up, how to win, and giving you the special rules. And so some of these are included in each of the packs. There's also a ton of cards that are included in the packs, so you really have a lot of variation of what to pick and what to use. The models themselves are pretty good looking models. They're not, superbly painted, but they're painted better than I could paint them, and they look really good on the table. And this gives you 3 different ships from the Federation to pick from, and 2 from the Dominion, although you can, of course, like with any of the other ships, instead of taking the USS Reliant, I could flip this over and take just a regular Miranda class starship. So there's still the opportunity, if you want to have mega battles. Well, there's not a lot more to say. To me, if I was going out and buying them, I would definitely want the Federation ones because I want Khan, and I want Kirk, and I want Tribbles. So well, there's a Tribbles card in the game too. But I also think the Cardassians are a neat race, and I like to see them expanded as time goes by. I didn't feel like they were a huge threat at this point. That energy weapon's a very powerful weapon, but it's not like the Federation is sitting around going, oh man, like they were in Deep Space Nine, if I can remember correctly. But still, it's really cool. There's a fourth faction. You could play a four-way battle. Highly doubtful. But anyway, these are neat ships. I'm curious to see how the rest of the universe is going to expand.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.
You shut that door!
Yeah?